Hey, cool crafters, I'm Tiffany Windsor. I am so delighted to be able to introduce to you today a dear crafting friend of mine that is basically the heart and soul of the upcoming Bella Crafts Holiday Craft-a-Thon. Anne is the publisher of Bella Crafts magazine. You can find her magazine online. It's awesome, it's free, and we'll be talking about that. She also does live Facebook events every week. And you also may know her through all of the products that she has designed in the craft industry. I am so delighted to welcome my friend, Anne Butler. Good morning, Anne.
Hi, Tiffany. It's so good to be here.
I am so excited about this upcoming event. This is your baby, and
It
I'm
is.
so delighted to be a part of this. Let's talk about this because there's many different layers, and I really want to explain to the Cool to Craft viewers about the depth and breadth of what you are offering through the Holiday Craft-a-Thon.
Okay, so several years ago, um, back in 2015, 16, I had done BellaCon events at Mall of America. They were born out of, I think, a necessity and to get to know our membership better. We do a free magazine and we have a huge subscription base. And people wanted to get together. So we did BellaCon at Mall of America.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was amazing. I live in Minnesota, so it was kind of a no-brainer.
Mhm.
And I actually live a couple hours outside of the Twin Cities. It didn't make sense to have it near me. I mean, if people were flying in, they would have to have a car, right? So I did it at Mall of America and it was amazing. It was 2.5 days, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., all crafting. People got to pick their blocks, like, I want to take these 4 classes or I want to take these 6. They could add on, but it was a package deal. And then, the world just turned upside down and I couldn't do in-person events. So when I was planning again, I was planning for another in-person event and everybody kept reaching out saying, couldn't you do it virtual too? And I thought, instead of doing it virtual too, how about if I just do it virtually, but have all the instructors together? Nobody's ever done that. And for the instructors, it was, it's wonderful to be together.
The
And
synergy that's created by that is amazing. I've
it is.
watched.
Well, it is. So that's how BellaCon virtual began. And it was 2 years ago. I was going to rent, like through Verbo, a house where everybody could come. And my dear friend, and you know her too, Julie McGuffee,
Yes.
she said, just do it here. You've been to my house. There's room.
Wow.
And so that's what we did. All of us descended upon her home and we did BellaCon, which is in the spring, and it will happen again in 2025. But I wanted to do something for the holidays. And instead of for BellaCon, it is everybody gets swag. I mean, it's a bigger thing. And I wanted something a little more simple
Mhm.
where the instructors, they weren't together, but they were still doing it virtual, or they were pre-recording their class, but yet they were virtual before and after and during, so they could be asked questions. And, you know, it's just so good to have all of this talent in one place.
We were talking about that. I am amazed, and I want everyone to understand because I've been in the craft industry forever. Anne has been in the craft industry forever. I want everyone to understand that the pool of talented, amazing, creative women that are part of this, everything that you do, and also a part of what we're talking about today, which is the Holiday Craft-a-Thon. So do you want to talk a bit about the teachers? And I know I have some photos of the projects they're going to be teaching at the event. And
Yeah.
also there's kits available. So I'm not sure what photos I have to share today, but let's talk about that.
Okay, so Eileen Hull. Eileen has done every event I've ever done. She has she travels. She's a travel teacher. She has come and stayed at my house on her way to places. And Eileen is a Sizzix designer. She's been with Sizzix since we were talking yesterday. Is it 2012? I don't know. It's almost 20 years.
Right.
Maybe it was 2000. I'm not going to say, but she's a very familiar name in the craft industry.
She even has a fan club. That's how
She does.
familiar she
She
is.
does. It's funny because when she said, I don't want a fan club, but it was her team that created that fan club, so that's awesome. And she's so real, and as an instructor, she's, all in. So, Eileen is one of them. Julianna, she actually worked for your mother.
Yes,
And so
Jules and
you
I
have known her.
met 30 years ago for
Yeah.
the Eileen's Creative Living television show. I think it's been that long. And so that's Julianna Avelar, also known as Jules, and she has Jewel Loom.
Yep. Yep. So she will be teaching, and she has been in the industry forever. We have Sara Naumann. Sara Naumann worked for Hot Off the Press back when all the how-to books were in print and you could go into the store and buy them. And she does have some of her own. So Eileen has her own products. Jules has her own products. Sara has some stamps she has done and some embossing powders. So there's Sara Naumann. There's, of course, Tiffany is teaching, and who doesn't know Tiffany?
Thank you. And
So
I've done a separate video sharing with everyone that I'm doing a holiday snowflake garland. So I'm so delighted to be a part of this group to be able to share a craft that I designed.
I know, it's so much fun. We have Julie McGuffee. Julie McGuffee has been in the industry since the 90s. She had her own PBS television show for, I think, 15 years. So, and she had a column in a craft magazine, Julie's Shoebox. And the two craft workshops she is doing are from her shoebox. So they are classes that you probably have the stuff around your house. So that's fun. Cheryl Boglioli. Cheryl has been in the industry. She came in, she's probably been in about 15 years. But she is the distributor for PowerTex in the US. So PowerTex, her project is using PowerTex. It might be a product you guys are not familiar with, but it's very cool, and you're going to want to see that. Amanda Stevens. Amanda Stevens, I met Amanda about 5 years ago, I think at her first show, and she owns Pear Blossom Press. She does the little lights for the cards, and her husband is amazing. He helps configure all of these lights. So they have twinkle lights, and they have a light that came out this summer that you push and you can blow on it and it goes out.
Oh,
I mean,
what a great idea. I do have an interview with her coming up that because I'm trying to interview as many teachers as I can, and she shares her project on that. And I have not been in paper craft, so it was so cool for me to see what her husband designed, engineered, and what they've manufactured and how it's used.
amazing.
It's so cute.
It is. And she has got this foam tape. I think she calls it the world's best foam tape or something like that. But it is foam tape that you put down, and if you put it in the wrong place, you can lift it up for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, it is because usually you put foam tape down, if it's down wrong, you're doing a new project. So I mean, really. Who else? Karen Hightower. Karen Hightower, she is on the design team for Gina K. She has been on Gina's team for 8 to 10 years. She was at my events at Mall of America. She does the most beautiful cards. I mean, stunning. And her techniques are amazing. She is teaching 2 watercolor techniques. And she'll do completed cards so you can see the cards, but it's the techniques. I am a girl that loves techniques. And her classes will be pre-recorded because she doesn't have where she lives. It's not a good internet connection, but she'll be live, to answer questions in the chat. And we're excited about that. We also have Meg Daves. Meg has a community of her own. She has been, her company is I Teach Stamping. And she has been making cards forever. So she's going to take a sketch and show you how to create 2 different cards using a simple sketch. And let me see, who else do we have? We do have some manufacturers that will be coming on.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
them.
So I do have Trinity Stamps. They have somebody that's actually going to teach a class. Pink and Maine will have a class. Crafty Meraki, I can't say it correctly. She is going to either teach a class or just come on and talk and chat. Jesse James is going to show their newest collection of beads. And there are a few more that I think Sizzix is coming on to show something new they have. So there'll be manufacturers sprinkled in, and the manufacturers, we have so many wonderful sponsors. So of course, there's going to be tons of giveaways.
That is awesome. On top of everything else that you're going to see and learn, I wanted to quickly go back a moment and talk about techniques, because you and I are the same way about that. You have no idea how much it helps to have a creative talent share techniques with you, because they've gone through hours and hours and hours of testing. I know you have a sublimation project that you're going to share too.
I do.
And so Anne has done all of this testing for you, so that you can succeed, that you don't have to go through the failures that these designers do to get to the point of, oh, here, we're going to do this project.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to bring that up because it's really important when you're working with really quality teachers. They have done so much work behind the scenes to make sure that your project is a success.
Right. I mean, because we can come on and it might take 20 minutes to do a project, but in reality, it took much longer to come up with that project.
Right.
But that's why we love to teach too, right?
Right. In addition to your sublimation project, what's the other project you're doing?
I am doing a journal with one of Eileen's dies. The kit will have pre-cut pieces, and it is also using, I don't have them right here, but I have a line of stamps with art foamies. So it will be using my art foamy rails stamps. So it's a quick journal, but I like to do projects that are quick but look like they took a lot of time. So that's another one. And then I'm doing a third one with mini journals, just because I like to have a little tiny notebook in my purse or my bag, just because I'm always writing things down. So it's actually just the little tiny mini journals. We'll do 3 of those. And I might have a bonus class.
Ooh, that'll be cool. Can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
So we've talked about all of these teachers and sponsors, and this is a 3-day event, and I want you to talk about, you don't have to be there for the full 3 days. I'm assuming there'll be some sort of schedule that is going to be published. So you can tune in when you want to learn a particular craft. Maybe you bought their kit. but there's going to be access after this event if you cannot watch it all when we are going live over those 3 days. Let's talk about that.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it is hard for anybody to be there 3 full days, right? So there will be a schedule. There is a Facebook group for all attendees, and the schedule will be posted in there as well as the links to all the classes or the kits for the classes. So the schedule, some of the classes will be like an hour and some will be 2 hours. But all of the classes will be accessible after the event. There will be links so that you'll be able to see them whenever you want. There will be a site on our website, Bella Crafts Publishing. There will be a landing page that will have all of the workshops. So you can watch them right on our website, or you can click on it and go to YouTube where there will be videos privately that you can watch.
So step one is actually purchasing the access pass to the event. And I said this in my introductory YouTube video that you can go to cooltocraft.com, you click on, it's going to take you to a page where you click on classes. And so I have an affiliate link that helps get you in the door. And so, as do all of the teachers. So if you're following Anne or anyone else, you can go and use their affiliate links also. But this is, as I'm learning so much more from you today, Anne, about everything that you're going to offer, it's a great, great value.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's $47. The price will go up the week of the event to the regular price of $97. But yeah, $47. I mean, if you figure it's like $3 a workshop,
Right.
I mean, and the workshops, it's not all one thing. It's all general crafting. So you can learn a new craft.
Right. And I do want to touch upon people who may be new to crafting. Some people obviously go into Pinterest and find cool ideas and such, and we want you to get hands-on. There's something very special about getting your hands on. And so the range of projects that Anne has lined up for this event, if you're new to crafting, you're going to want to watch this event because you're going to learn about new products, new techniques, crafts that you may or may not have wanted to dabble in. And it's a great place to start.
It is. As Bella Crafts, we do 2 Facebook Lives every single week. And they're on YouTube also. They're streamed on YouTube Live. And those are Wednesdays at noon and 2 o'clock Central Time. And yesterday during our live, I actually had Tiffany, Amanda, and Eileen on. And in the chat, some of my regulars, because Tiffany was showing her kit and talking about her X1 laser tool. She didn't say laser. She was saying she bought the X1 tool. And somebody's like, what is that?
Right.
And they didn't know about lasers. And when I was talking about sublimation, somebody said, what's sublimation?
Right.
So it is nice to have all of these, a variety.
Right. And I'm actually just going to your website at bellacraftspublishing.com because you touched upon this just a little bit. Anne has a magazine. It's free. It's online. And it's a great way for you to see what's new, what's going on, learn new crafts, as I've just said, and keep connected with Anne every week, every month. And in the springtime, she has the BellaCon event coming up, which, as she mentioned, is huge, big. It's filled with all sorts of teachers and amazing swag. So I encourage all of you to go to Bella Crafts Publishing, sign up for her magazine, go to your social media. Let's talk about what your social media channels are.
Okay, so we're Bella Crafts Publishing on Facebook, Bella Crafts Publishing on YouTube, which YouTube is a channel that we have not taken full advantage of at all, so we're just starting to grow it. On Twitter or X, we are Bella Crafts Pub, because, you're limited by by letters. And then Pinterest, Bella Crafts Publishing. So Instagram also, which gotta be real, it's hard to keep up with everything.
So the website and Facebook, I think, is really going to be able to cover everyone, that they can see everything that Anne does. And she's been really quiet about her accomplishments today and what she does, because she has so many products in the craft industry. And so I just am amazed at what you do. And again, you make crafting easy for all of us. And that's a big, big deal. And I thank you for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want good results, right? And it's hard, like if you delve into a new craft and there is so much to learn, when you can do so many things where you get great results and they're easy. Yeah.
Well, before you leave today, is there anything else that you want to touch upon that we may have missed? I know we've covered a lot.
We have covered a lot. I would just like anybody who's interested to check the event out. It is amazing. And even though this holiday craft-a-thon is a little different than our BellaCon retreat, a lot of the teachers will be accessible even while the other teachers are presenting. Like they'll be in the chat room, keeping the conversation going. And I want you to know that all of the instructors are very accessible. Inside the Facebook group, you can ask questions. They are very good about responding. You can message them if you really have, a question. It wasn't seen. Sometimes when things are put in the chat, you can tell you were tagged, but you can't find that question sometimes.
Right.
So, yeah, I want you to know that all of the instructors, they are so accessible and so good to, they want you to learn and succeed too.
So as a closing reminder, I'm putting all the information in the description in this YouTube video. You can also go to cooltocraft.com, which is going to take you to a site where you can click on my classes. And I'm going to have all of these YouTube videos there. So if you want to learn a little bit more about a teacher before the event, I have interviews that will be on that page. And thank you so, so much for how much work you put into all of your events, and especially this upcoming event. And I'm so delighted to be able to call you a dear friend.
Yes, I am too. The crafting industry is the best.
Thank you. Well, I'm Tiffany Windsor. This is Ann Butler, and I think I can speak for both of us. We think it's cool to craft.
Yes,
See
we
you
do.
soon. Bye-bye.